I'm not sure what direction to even look at this. This looks like one of those old... What did I pull out of that jar? Borealis here. We've had a rainy couple of days in Los Angeles, so I thought it would be a good day to go thrifting, and boy was I right. I found a very large Savers jar, and Savers hardly ever has jewelry jars anymore. Even my cat's not too sure about the weather. He's getting all the little sniffs and smells in that the rain's bringing. So I went to my Savers. I was the first one in the door, and there was one jewelry jar for $69.99. Oh, you can kind of catch my dollhouse there in the background. Somebody made this for me when I was a kid. It's all handmade. I'll have to show that to you another time. It needs a little bit of repair work since it's so old, but it's still in great shape. Anyway, back to the jar. So I like to check out Savers on Wednesdays because it's Veterans and Military Discount Day, and it's a 25% discount. So it's actually a really great discount. And so I ended up paying, I think, $57.87 with tax and everything on this $69.99 jar. I want to tell y'all, I broke my finger about 4 weeks ago, and I am not a breaking bones kind of person. So it was actually, I live very, very near the Eaton fire. I have a lot of friends whose homes burned, and so it was the very first day of the fire, no electricity. I was without electricity for 3 days, and that first day there wasn't even a lot of cell phone coverage. The cell towers were down, and I fell and broke my finger, and I couldn't even use the phone. I couldn't even get through to anyone, and I was by myself. So I just went ahead and drove back home and then spent the whole day in the ER. So it's been 4 weeks and I took the splint off, but you can kind of see it's swollen and doesn't look, it doesn't look too good, does it? I was using some Gooby Gone, so that's probably what that white stuff is. That's probably why my nails look the way they do. It's the Gooby Gone. But my finger's still a little swollen and I can't hardly bend it. So we'll see how it goes with this. Okay. Let me pause that for a second. Hi guys. So I decided to do something a little different as I was opening this big Savers jar. I'm going to be a vendor on a homes tour, and it's going to be my first experience as a vendor. And that's in a couple of months, but I'll share more about that as it starts shaping up. So early in making this video, I decided to take the really big Savers jar and make 3 smaller jewelry jars out of it that I'm going to sell on the homes tour. And I did pull out any really special pieces and any sterling pieces. There's a lot of sterling in this jar, and those are going to be for sale in this video. So if you want any of the pieces I'm pulling out that I'm setting to the side and showcasing, then just email me. It's a very, very large jar. Now these feel like, oh yeah, these are real gemstone. And the card says sterling silver and agate. Oh, $39.99 originally. Let's see where these are from, if it says. Target, from Target. Oh, I thought it was earrings. It's a bracelet. Let's check it out. Let's make sure. It definitely feels like real gemstone, and these are non-magnetic, which have me believe they're probably sterling. There's the clasp. Let's get it off of here. So the clasp is marked 925. And look how beautiful this agate is when it catches the light. You see all the little striations and uniqueness of the stone. So Target had this sterling silver and agate bracelet retailing for $39.99, and Savers had it out for $19.99. So for my viewers, I'm going to do $16. Email me if you'd like to purchase. So I'm starting off with 4 jars. I'm hoping 4 jars is the sweet spot for this really big jar. And I'm excited to bring them to the homes tour. I want to see if they're going to sell well with people in my community. These are some sweet earrings. I really like these. They're more modern earrings, and they seem very clean and ready to wear. They're very cute. Let me look at my Presidium real quick. I had a hunch that was a gemstone. It seems like they could be kyanite or dyed selenite. These are very sweet. I might sell those separately. if you're interested in these, if anybody's interested in those. I'm going to do $10 on these for my viewers. Email me if you're interested. This one looks broken. Let's see if it's sterling. It may be. These feel cold to the touch. Ooh, but it is just falling off of here, isn't it? I want to test that because I have a feeling it is, but let's see. Oh yeah, that is some sterling right there. If you can see that. Oh, the clasp is stamped 925. So we're looking at a necklace where the clasp is sterling and these little tubes are sterling. So these are the little sterling tubes off that necklace. If anybody wants to purchase them, I have 6 of them. Let me tell you what the measurement is on them. That's my little CT Bids ruler when I do work for them. It looks like they are just over 1.5 inches. I couldn't even tell you what the diameter is on these. They're tiny though. So if anyone wants these, just email me. I'm going to do $8 for all 6 of these. Just going to drop some of the little bracelets in too. Okay. $14.99. I wonder if this one is sterling with that price on it. Let's check it out. The clasp does say it's sterling. And that is non-magnetic. The beads do feel a little cold to the touch. Just take that off of there. So I'm going to sell that one separately. So the clasp is sterling. These beads are a little cold, but they actually test as glass. It's measuring in at 8 inches, and I'm going to do $12 for my viewers. Little charms. That looks broken. I'm not sure what direction to even look at this. This looks like one of those old like watch fobs. You know what? It's non-magnetic. That's magnetic, but this whole piece is non-magnetic. So I have to wonder if that's sterling that is very tarnished. It is. It totally is, if you can see that. This is the chain, and that is the end part right here. This looks very old. So it was this clasp right here called a swivel hook that had me believe it was probably a watch fob. These watch fobs are usually antique, meaning they're over 100 years old. They were very popular during the Victorian era. And from what I can tell, the ones with T-bars are usually called Albert chains, named after Prince Albert. The T-bar would fit through a buttonhole in their vest, and the watch would go on the swivel hook to be stored in their pocket. I pulled a few sold comps for Sterling Albert watch chains. They do seem to sell well, and I noticed most of the listings had been polished, so they polished the tarnish off of them, and they're nice and shiny. Mine seems a little fancier than the Albert chains I was seeing, and then I noticed there's something called an Albertina chain that is just a fancy Albert chain, and these comp well too. And I'm going to offer this one to my viewers for $95. These are just some fun beads that I'm going to put down in one of these. Let's see. See about that. I wonder if that's sterling. It might be. No, I don't think it is. It doesn't look sterling, even though it's non-magnetic. Oh, here's some little earrings. Oh, that one's missing a stone. Just put it in one of these. This is like a gemstone. I think these were popular maybe in the 70s, but these are cold to the touch. These are all gemstones. I don't think that's sterling, and I don't see a brand on it. Wow, this is a vintage glass beaded necklace. These are glass, and these are really sparkly cut crystals. I'm going to set this to the side. I'm not going to put this one in the jar. So I took a closer look at this wonderful heavy beaded glass. Look at all the colors in each of the glass beads, and then it's also strung with AB cut crystals. I don't know if you can tell those are AB. The beads are hand knotted on this necklace, and the necklace has a hook clasp. Now, the Aurora Borealis coating was invented by Swarovski in 1956, so it's safe to say this necklace is probably from the late 50s. Now, I did a Google image search and this listing came up. This is not a sold price. This is a list price. The beads look exactly the same as mine, but the clasp is different. And they have this beautiful jeweled box clasp signed Vogue. So sometimes with vintage jewelry pieces, you would have a company that would make the pieces and then they would offer it to different companies to purchase. So that may be what happened with this necklace, is that the one that's listed was purchased and then Vogue put their really beautiful box clasp on it and sold it as a Vogue necklace. And, you know, mine is unbranded, so who really knows who purchased this one? And instead of putting their name on it, they put the little extender on it so we get even more of the beautiful glass beads and crystal with a hook clasp on the end. So it's one possibility of why this necklace is identical for the most part, but one is branded and the other is unbranded. And for my viewers, I'm going to offer this necklace for $95. Oh, my cat has jumped on the table. He likes all the smells that come off of the thrift store. Ooh, look at that pretty one. Pretty bead. I wonder if I have the rest of this necklace with that bead. Because, oh, there he is. One of the things I want to do is put little baggies of pretty loose beads together to sell at the craft fair too. Because some people like just buying the beads. It's like part of a necklace, dyed howlite. Let me put it in this bigger one, the one with the bigger opening. He's just going to sit there. If you can see him over there. He's just going to sit there with me. Oh, these are like buttons almost. Oh, that's like I think that's like a Marine Corps thing. I wonder if these are sterling buttons or what the deal is. They are non-magnetic. Maybe that Marine Corps thing just got tangled in there. I'm going to take that off of there. Okay, well, I'm just going to put those in one of the jars. I don't really know what to do with those. I mean, they look like buttons, but it almost looks like they're missing something in the middle. Ooh, look at that, of course. So the town that's next to me, I've said before, their bird is the peacock. So we see peacocks everywhere. I live very near the Los Angeles Arboretum, which is where Fantasy Island was filmed. And this is a really old enameled peacock. Look at the filigree on it. And then if you turn it over, you can see, oh, the clasp is broken, but it's still a very pretty, I'm going to save this one. Or if anyone wants it, I'll sell it separately. Just know that the clasp in the back needs to be repaired. And I'm going to do $5 on this brooch. This jar isn't too bad so far. I wonder if that's sterling. Yes. You know what I see sometimes with these hooks? If they've got like a little flat part on them and they're not just like a one skinny hook that's all the same size, a lot of times that flat part will be stamped with 925 or, 14K or something. So I noticed that part was flat, and this does have the 925 mark. I hope we can find the The other one, oh yeah, someone who was a Marine had their stuff donated, Vietnam Marine. That looks very 80s. That's a little, looks like a handmade brooch, butterfly brooch. Just bits and pieces, shining star. I hope you can see all this okay. Pull this closer. This is a fat jar. No wonder why it was priced at $69. Oh, here's another peacock. Fancy little peacock. This one looks old. Or maybe it's not. It's just very painted. And it doesn't have any legs. What does that say? Lolita. It's very broken. Whatever it is, it's very broken. Little purse. Now, sometimes you find stuff like this in thrift stores that is gold or sterling, but they just didn't want to untangle it and really examine it. But this is not. Oh, there's an older stretch pink rhinestone bracelet. That's a pretty owl. I don't think that's sterling. Oh, maybe. It's non-magnetic. Let me test it. Oh, it might be. That's the scratch right there. And see, that's the coppery scratch. That wasn't sterling, but that might be sterling. Let's see what it's going to do. Oh, yeah. It sure is. I'm glad I tested that because it wasn't marked. You see that? Did I show you that? Okay. This is the sweetest little owl pendant, and I did find a little information on it. This person is selling them on Etsy, and she hand makes them. And she mentioned that the image is from a vintage button. The two seem slightly different in casting, so I bet they're not from the same maker. But this person has hers for sale for $104. And I'm going to sell this one to my viewers for $25. Email me if you'd like to purchase it. What else? What else? What else? Oh, it's like a tree of life in the little baggie. I don't think that's sterling. That looks like it might be pewter. Oh, it's a bookmark. That's what that is. What a beautiful bookmark. How pretty is that? Earring. See if they have that match. That is plastic, but it's really pretty. We'll put that toward the outside. Oh, that looks like a shell inlay, like a mother of pearl inlay on that bracelet. It's nice. This looks maybe a little bit older. What does that say? That says something. It says Garne jewelry. I'm going to look that up. It has a safety chain on it. So Garne Jewelry was a New York-based company in operations from the 1940s to the 1960s. This bracelet is really delicious. I did notice it has two really tiny stones missing on the clasp, and then one of the larger stones is missing near the clasp, which took me a while to even notice, so I don't really think it's even noticeable very much. I'm going to do $18 for my viewers. All kinds of stuff. That is just lucite. Oh, this one's beautiful. That's glass. Wow. Look how pretty that one is. This is a glass and AB rhinestone beaded bracelet, and it almost looks like it's reverse painted with the glass beads, because the paint isn't on the outside, it's on the inside. I'm going to do $14 for my viewers for this bracelet. That might be like a button cover. I think that's what that is. It's real sweet though. That would be great for crafts. I'm going to put that on the outside of the jar so people can see it. See if we have a match. Oh, this is a stretchy but I will put that on the outside of the jar. Oh, yeah. There's another one of those buttons, button covers. I wish there was a brand on these. I'm going to put both of these in the same jar just to make sure they're getting both of them. That's a sweet little pinky ring or something. Oh, no, that's an earring. It sure is. So it says 925. I want to see if I can find the match on that one. I'm going to leave it to the side. I do love when they just do like a sweep of everything that's left and they throw it into the jar. This is Target, $9.99. Chunky pearl bracelet. I wonder if no, that doesn't look sterling. Maybe it is. That little starfish is sterling. It's stamped 925. I hope I have the other one. I did find the other one. They're darling little starfish, and I polished them up a little bit. And I'll do $12 for my viewers. Email me if you're interested. My cat is frisky right now. He's running around with a little stuffed animal in his mouth. Oh, right. I had a turtle like this. Oh, here it is. I'll put these together in the same jar. Somebody will get excited about those little turtles. I think these are pretty good jars for crafts and some wearable. Oh, there's a ton of stuff in there. I'll have to look at that. Okay, this is all of it. Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh, that was all beads. It just dumped all out on my table. That's okay. Oh, that looks like a 1928 earring. With the pattern on the back. Most of you probably already know that 1928 jewelry isn't typically signed, but has this unique pattern on the back as an easy way to identify it. That's Mexico. That's alpaca, I bet. Taxco, Mexico, but it's probably not sterling. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to consolidate because I don't know if I have enough left. I thought I had more than I had. Okay, so I think I was a little overzealous thinking I could make 4 jars out of that one. So I ended up taking whatever was in this one and I just made 3 and it's fine. I'll top it off with some other things because this one's not quite full. And then let me show you the other pieces I have. Yeah, this is very dirty. I found quite a bit of sterling. So I did find the other match to this, and these are 925 China. I'm going to test them though, just to be sure. So these lovelies did test as sterling with a gold overlay, and the stones are CZ. So for my viewers, I'm going to do $12. And then these I found in this little baggie. And they're also sterling with a CZ stone. And I'll do $12 for these as well. These two are both marked sterling and they're super duper tangled. So I untangled them and one is an 18-inch sterling chain marked 925 Italy. It looks very clean and I'll sell it to my viewers for $12. This one's a beautiful double strand necklace with a drop pendant here and it's marked sterling in 3 places. One is on that stone right there that tests as CZ on the back there. One is on the clasp and the other is on the little tag. The bottom is lariat style and the top is a station necklace, and I'm going to do $20 for my viewers. Now this little pendant, it turns out, is Silpada. We have the Silpada hallmark plus the 925 stamp, and it's also stamped Israel. This Silpada pendant is hand hammered, and I'm going to do $20 for my viewers. I also have this sweet sterling necklace with a gold overlay. One of the pendants is hand hammered and the other is heart-shaped with CZ stones. It can be adjusted anywhere from 16 to 18 inches. The tag says AV925 India, and I'm going to do $18 for this necklace. So here are the 3 jars I made. I'm going to make a lot more jars for the home store. I hope to see you guys there. If you're there because you watch my channel, let me know. I would love to talk with you. I'm also going to have a lot more jewelry displayed for sale in my booth on the home store.